Warframe hates you. They try to hide the fact, and I'm not even talking about this Freudian slip.
I mean, we have 26 million registered users.
After a deep dive into some hidden files, I have found the true quest line for the Heart of Deimos, and it's nothing like what players see. Everything I am about to show you is truly 100% canon, though for some reason my lawyers have insisted that they put up a disclaimer. As they're doing this after editing, I'm going to assume it's just legal speak for them agreeing with me. Oh, and since I can be accused of deep fakes with these stunning revelations, let me assure you that this is all DE's work. I give you a guarantee that 1. No artificial intelligence was used, 2. No actual intelligence was used, 3. In fact, no intelligence of any type was used. Anyway, let's butcher the Heart of Deimos questline. Did I say butcher? I mean expose. Let's expose the true, canon Heart of Deimos questline. We landed on a planet that roughly resembles the life forms found in teenage bedrooms the world over. No, not teenagers themselves, there's not enough spots or dodgy stains for that, but the various fungus and bugs that grow under their piles of dirty clothes. Or is that just my kids? But, true to my word, we were insulted from the very first moment we get here.
The Entrati family will not distinguish you from those things. Our remaining necromechs destroy them.
Thankfully, this useless floating sentient thimble forgot to actually have any necromechs with him. Realising I was armed, and he wasn't, he fell back on that prove yourself nonsense, as if we weren't legendary demigods of yore.
Rate your combat readiness, and I will grant you the requisite security clearance. You won't last long.
We of course booped the requisite snoots. Do mutant centipedes have snoots? Well, if not, this snooty bugger Lloyd could probably lend them some.
I'm afraid I cannot open the gate.
But after threatening him with shoving him up the backside of the nearest infested, he was gracious enough to let us in. Where we're greeted by some weird monstrosity going by the name of Mother. She's just as welcoming as Lloyd.
Mother, wake up!
Oh, fuck, an old Orokin thug.
After explaining we were here to perform open heart surgery on the planet, she said probably the only sensible thing she says in this whole quest line.
Sarcastic halfwit.
I mean, she's got a point. But then she goes straight back to Looney Town.
But it's breaking down, and only an idiot knows how to fix it. You're just the idiot. Fix it.
Why it requires an idiot, we're only left to guess, as she immediately went back to her chrysalith, whatever the hell that's meant to be. At Lloyd's suggestion, we hunt out father. Not your father, who is presumably still fetching the milk, but definitely someone's father. Conveniently, he hides away in his cocoon until all the fighting is over, the coward. But he still immediately insults us.
You're on frame. As bright as a bag of hammers, not dependable.
I explained that Lloyd suggested I hunt him down to help me perform heart surgery, to which he had this to say.
I thought I could fix things. I am an idiot, but I'm a reformed idiot. You're an idiot. Fix things.
When I ask where the heart is to help with fixing that, he sends me off to see daughter. She's just as cocooned as the rest of the family. I do not want to see what sort of butterfly they'll turn into.
You're a Tenno, aren't you? Whose collective heads are so far up their collective lower sigmoids, the only air they breathe is what they secrete.
I explained that I was after the heart, so she promised to help, if I catch her some fish for her dinner. I pop out into what I imagine is a fairly accurate depiction of rural Australia, and spear some fish. Apparently, they've forgotten how to make nets in the far future. After returning with said fish to daughter, I get yet more insults.
You got the hang of mental decline, and even empty your head to the deranged brother. If you see him on your descent to the heart, jab brother in the back.
She then explains how I need to be swallowed by a plant. I'm beginning to think that the spores of this place must make you as high as a kite. But it seems she's right. We battle our way down to the heart, meeting brother on the way, who sees things as they really are.
We're a lost cause.
I couldn't agree with him more. We're quickly greeted by a puzzle, which Lloyd thinks, as you'd expect, may be a bit beyond us.
Don't distract them. This is very mentally taxing for a Tenno.
Given that the puzzle is pressing the runes that light up in the right order, the sort of thing a chimp could do, He's probably got a point. After proving myself as smart as a chimp, the door opens up to the heart, which turns out to be a literal heart. Apparently, the DE writers took one look at the meaning of the word metaphor and decided it wasn't for them. Unfortunately, it is guarded by a mech who seems suspiciously like Lloyd, armed with a paint gun. And about as snooty.
I didn't expect to get through the door before I had a chance to finish.
It seems their paint has removed all our abilities. If our enemies knew that was all it took to end the Tenno, the whole system would be awash with paint quicker than you could say Bob Ross. Thankfully, they remain unaware of our pigment-based kryptonite. I quickly leg it back to the surface, avoiding necromechs as I go. I remember this being annoying as hell on my first playthrough, but this time around, they didn't manage to catch me. Let's see a chimp manage that. Me 1, chimps 0. Back to the surface, and Sun decides to kick me when I'm down.
Lloyd's got more respect in this family than you do. You screwed up.
Mother, of course, also had to put the boot in.
It'll take more than an old Orokin thug to keep the heart beating. The Orokin had no respect for my father's work, though I suppose you proved the Orokin right in the end.
This was a predefined loss that I had no control over, but still Warframe wants to insult me. It won't work though. I've proved I'm smarter than a chimp, so I'm not going to let it bother me. At this point, Father decides that it'd actually be better doing something to help.
I've got a little something that I've been saving for an occasion like this.
And, of course, Mother isn't such a fan of him offering me help.
Stop!
Thankfully, Father ignores her and gives me a necromech. It's good to see Warframe representing such a lovely marriage based on deep, mutual respect.
At least he didn't try to kill me. She's in rough shape, but she's got enough juice for one last ride. What do you say?
I truly hope that last bit is him talking about the necromech and not his wife. Taking this giant lump of a Warframe, I battle my way through bugs and sphincters, probably the first time anyone has ever said that sentence, and I find myself at the heart, ready to perform surgery. Thankfully, surgery of a heart just involves shooting things. Who knew? Surgeons have been hiding these secrets well, it seems, which is when definitely not Lloyd shows up, and quickly disappears again. Which is when I find out it's all a trick to lock me in.
Seal the chamber.
The chamber's sealed.
Thankfully, it didn't work. Why? That gets explained in a later quest, presumably because DE were too focused on insulting us in this quest line to explain it. The family, of course, are unimpressed I escaped.
Tenno, still functional.
Oh, fuck.
Not ideal.
Can't have this area 10L contaminated.
Maybe we ought to succumb to it. Let it win.
But despite their fears, I'd had enough of the whole sorry lot of them. It's time to get the hell out of this horrible Martian moon and to reflect on just how little Warframe thinks of us. Thanks for watching. Like if you like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.